Hello, Team 6-1 Social Studies students. This is Screencast with information from Monday, November 2nd, and with information for Wednesday, November 4th. We opened up today's live Google Meet discussing how Schoology for my page looks a little bit different. What I did was all the fourth quarter information, the folders and everything from the first quarter went into this white archives folder. So that's why on your end, Schoology should look a little bit cleaner when you click on social studies. Really the only four things are the four things that are on my screen here at this point. So at first we discussed that. Then we went ahead and went into this week's folder, which I labeled as Quarter 2, Week 1, with this week's dates, and the lesson set title is The Rise of Civilization. So we clicked on that. We made sure to address the fact that Tuesday, which is tomorrow, Tuesday, November 3rd, is election day, and we do not have school. So there's no information in that folder because it is an off day of school, and I want you to enjoy your off day of school. So there's nothing in Tuesday's folder. What we did as a group on Google Meets was went into Monday's folder, which is November 2nd. And there were a couple things in there, and the first thing that we took a look at was the discussion posts. So when you click on that, it should come up looking like a picture like this. And the directions say, examine the photo of the ruins of the ancient city of Uruk. As farming spread, many small settlements appeared. In time, some villages grew into cities. And the question says, what does this tell you about society that was centered here? And so this is probably going to be about a 1 or 2 sentence response. And in this case, there really isn't a wrong answer, because what you're doing is you're observing what you see in the picture of this ancient city, one of the very first cities in civilization, in world history. Of course, it was abandoned, and you can see that it's covered up with sand and that it looks kind of broken down now because it's thousands and thousands of years old. But in your comment box where you'll post, you're just making an observation of what this picture tells you about the society that was centered there. So as long as you give me a sentence or two and you explain yourself as to why you feel that way, you should get full credit for this. This is a 10-point quick response, and this is the first grade for the second quarter. So you will post there, and that is the only thing that you will do with that assignment. What we also talked about today was getting started with this week's reading guide. So also in the Monday folder is the reading guide with the one source that goes with it. So the reading guide, Rise of Civilizations, and the source that goes with it. So when students click on the reading guide and click on my document, it should make a copy of that assignment, and that assignment looks like this. So there's really 3 parts. There's 2 vocabulary terms, civilization and resource, which they can get the definition straight from the reading. There are 4 main idea questions that go right in order with the reading, source A, and there is a matching section that has 8 characteristics of civilization or features of civilization that they will use to match. And I've actually done the first one, but I'm actually going to come back to that. Students have a couple options of how they would like to complete and read source A. Once again, I've tried to put it in different places because some students have found that different types of strategies for going back and forth between the document are helpful. So I hyperlinked it in as a bookmark, so if students like to have it on the same page, if they click on the blue source A at the top, you can see that it is bookmarked, and it will take them down to the reading in the same document. So some students prefer that, and some students prefer to have it in a different tab. So students are also more than welcome to click on source A in Schoology and then click on the red hyperlink, and it will open that up in a separate tab. So I know some students like to have it in a separate tab so they can go back and forth. That's totally up to you, and that is kind of your preference as a student. So using this reading, which is about 4 pages from the textbook, students will complete the 2 vocabulary terms, the 4 main ideas questions, and then when they get down to the last part, the what are the features of civilization, it's basically matching from the last 2 pages of the reading. So the last 2 pages are titled What Are the Features of Civilization? And according to the textbook, there are 8 features of civilization, and those 8 features are in green. Cities, organized governments, religions, scroll down to the next page, job specialization, social classes, public works, art and architecture, and the final one is system of writing. So when you go to the reading guide, those are the words in the word bank. So what they will do is read each description, and there's 8 descriptions and 8 characteristics in the word bank, and they will match the characteristics from the word bank to the description. So for example, the first one says a set of shared spiritual beliefs, often linked to the government, as rulers often claim their right to rule came from the gods, provided rules for power or for behavior. And for that example, the answer is religion. So you can take my answer there. I wanted to do that one for everybody as an example. So religions will be eliminated. Students can cross that out or highlight it or whatever you want to do. If you want to delete it so it's out of your word bank, you can do that as well. That's totally your call how you go about doing it. But you're going to use each characteristic once in your answer for this. So to stay on track with social studies, students will complete the reading guide by the end of the day Wednesday. Hybrid students that are coming into school on Wednesday, we will be working on this in class, and I will be answering any questions. Students that will be working virtually from home, whether you're a Tuesday, Thursday hybrid student or you're a fully virtual student, I asked to make sure that you are finished with this so that you are on track when we get to Thursday's folder. Once again, I hope you enjoy your day off on Tuesday the 3rd for Election Day, and I will be back in touch on Wednesday, November the 4th, either seeing you in person as a hybrid student, or I will be opening up my Google Meets at the beginning of your class for about the first 10 to 15 minutes to make sure that everybody knows exactly what they need to be doing. If you have any questions between now and then, shoot me an email. I hope you have a great day. Talk to you soon.